Welcome back to Champion Football. We are in round 24, and if you're watching on YouTube, don't be concerned. Chaz has not been in a horrible accident, his face being disfigured. It's just been Antonio who's joining us today. Chaz is away in Scotland visiting his family, so we've got Bay this week, and who knows who it's going to be next week. But we're joined with Inter-Lion striker Ahmad Taleb.
Ahmad Taleb, yeah.
Aye, thanks for confirming your name. Good.
Thanks, mate. Good to be here. Just making sure, Gary, you know.
How's things, mate? Alright?
Oh, very good, man, yeah. It's all going well, yeah.
Aye. How long have you been at Inter-Lions for?
This is my first year there.
Where were you last year?
I was at Rotherham last year for 2 years.
Oh, you were with Chaz.
Oh, yeah, I was at
He looked at me like I was Chaz.
No, I'm just too used to Chaz.
So, looking at the Euros just finished, Copa America just finished. What do you boys think of the Euros?
It's great, man. It was very nice. It was a great comp. All
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yeah,
I thought it was shite.
No, it was, man. It was good football all around. It was.
Did you like it? I thought the best games were like the Austria games, the Slovenia games, the Georgia games.
There was some great goals, great games. Some games were a bit boring, but if you remember, I don't know if you remember that Romania and Ukraine game, the belters, two belters, unbelievable.
I mean, a lot of the games for me that were good were like earlier on, like the games you wouldn't get up to watch, and then the games you got up to watch were absolute shit.
Yeah.
A lot of teams were very defensive. I think it was a great tournament, but I'm glad Spain won because England were absolutely shite.
They deserved it all along, but Spain.
That final was all Spain.
Oh,
England shouldn't have even.
I know, but as soon as England scored, it was just like
you get that thought. You're like, oh, they're going to do it.
Well, every game they played, I think up to the semis they'd only won 1 in 5 games because they're drawing, then going into extra time, and then winning pens. They scored last minute goals. They were never really in any game. Yeah. They just seemed to score a cracking goal or score in the last minute. And fair play, that's football, you score, but they were crap to watch. And France were the same. France were
boring, yeah.
And Mbappe getting injured so early with his face didn't help.
They got through to the finals, I think, with 1 goal scored and it was a penalty, and the rest were all own goals.
All goals, and
that was crazy.
But even with Spain, like after that goal, when they attacked like Olmo and Lamar and all these, they had energy still. They sort of went with a bit of conviction. Where England just they looked tired. They didn't really. They were worried. They looked worried when Spain had the ball.
It was I don't know. England one's a weird one. Not that I care about England, but just quite as a football fan, frustrating to watch a team with so many good players.
Yeah.
Play defensively.
You would expect a lot more from them. Than,
so frustrating to watch because our team before it, I was thinking they are going to be superb to watch. Yeah. But you didn't know Gareth Southgate is traditionally defensive. But even on the bench with Cole Palmer was one of the best players in the Premier League last year. Hardly played.
Even Foden didn't do much all comp.
Nah, he's playing at wide left, wasn't he? He's a centre midfielder. Oh, he played probably his best season last year. Playing
10,
Anyway, Spain champions, great day for them because Alcaraz won Wimbledon as well the same day. The same day the Euros.
And he smashed him too.
Aye, battle 3 sets. And then Copa America, to watch that?
Yeah, I was Argentina all the way through. Yeah.
You're Argentinian background, weren't you?
Nah,
that was probably, for me, Chaz told me later on, he's like, watch that over the Euros, it's a bit more entertaining. And it was. Like, there's a bit of stop-start, there's a lot of diving.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that nonsense going on, but I thought in terms of like transitional, it was like lose the ball.
So physical as well.
Physical, full speed, and the referee lets a lot go.
Yeah.
So some big tackles, some big moments. But I thought that was a bit better to watch. But what was crap was there was hardly anyone at the games.
Yeah.
Stadiums are half empty. Apart from the final, which was overcrowded.
In America.
In America, aye. Because apparently they were laying grass over synthetic pitches because it was like
all synthetic over there.
Aye, so it was all pretty washed.
The ball looked like it was moving very weird. Like it's not normal. It wasn't normal. It's just very slow. The ball when it moves.
Yeah. But I thought that overall Argentina, you'd fancied them beforehand, but I thought Uruguay looked quite good until that point. But overall, I thought that the Argentina, Messi, if you're a football fan, it's always nice to see Messi win the tournament.
Yeah. What I was disappointed about in the Copa Americas was the penalties straight after.
Do you like that now?
I like it as a spectator. Like, all right, 90 minutes, we're going to watch pens. Okay. But it really slowed the game down for like those teams that were playing Argentina, for example, were trying to get to that 90-minute mark, and they just sat and parked, and it was just a bit.
It's a funny one, wasn't it? Because like tournament football, getting extra time can then mean the players are getting more fatigued. It's when you carry it in the next round, you're getting players with good quality getting more and more tired, and then you've got the flip side of it. Do you know what? 90 minutes, kill it. Let's just get a winner. I don't know. a bit extra time. Like, remember the golden goal? Remember they had that?
Yeah.
The silver goal as well. Silver goal was only for like 2 years. So it was like half time. If you'd scored before half time, you won.
Yeah.
I don't know. And even penalties, it still gets debated on, is that still the best way to finish a game? But it's hard to. The old American one, remember, you ran to the halfway line.
Yeah, right. I've always wanted to do that.
I don't mind that one because there's a wee bit more skill and the goalkeepers get a wee bit more of a chance.
Yeah.
But penalties is always good to watch as a
spectator side.
Aye, but see if you're in penalties or your team's playing in penalties, it's fucking worst.
But it's become very hard on the goalkeepers, the penalty, where you got to keep your foot on the line and you can't move. I feel like as a player you've got a easier chance. Yeah.
Have you seen Martinez's penalty percentage? It's 50%.
Yeah.
50? I knew it was like 50 last year.
24, 12 saved.
What?
That is like unbelievable. 50%. I was saying it in the group chat. I'm like, this guy just eats them up. Like he just.
So it's not psychological, but and I think now if you're a striker going to hit a penalty against him and you know that's his strike rate.
I wonder what it feels like. Yeah, step up against him. Yeah.
Go down the middle.
Would you? Do you have who hits penalties? Oh, Euro hits.
Euro.
Who hits penalties for you?
Me.
Do you scored?
I've scored all so far. Yeah.
You scored them all?
Yeah, all of them so far.
Lovely. How many have you had?
5.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Euros had quite a few, 7 or 8.
He scored 9 out of 9 this year.
9.
But I reckon in the last 3-4 seasons, I think he might have missed one that it stopped straight back to him. Goal.
But what about his run up? He's very, very far from the ball.
Mate,
and
I think he's now like that presence too, where like if he's taking a pen, I'm thinking goal straight away.
Harry Kane's like that for me with penalties. Like his penalty during was it the quarter-final, semi-final? He smashes it right in the corner. Yeah. Some people just know they're going to score the penalty. There's an odd one, like you said, they'll miss. Because even Messi had a bit of a crap record with penalties. Yeah. I say crap record, obviously still high percentage, but for a player of that quality who gets that many penalties with Barcelona at the time, he missed quite a few. But Euro's done well with penalties, and somebody else has scored a few penalties. Is it O'Donovan maybe?
I think a couple of years ago he beat Euro for the Golden Boot, and he had like 9 penalties. Euro knows this because he was like neck and neck with him all year, but he scored all of them. Yeah. And he does, you watch him, he hits them well, he hits them high.
So Donovan, so Euro's obviously scored top goal scorer at the moment in NPL 1. I don't know who second is actually. So normally Jack O'Brien or something like that maybe? Nobody's going to be that close to him. Euro's going to be top NPL 1. He'll be the top NPL 1 scorer. But when was that last year Euro won it? Who won it the year before that?
Donovan beat him.
That was the year Donovan won it?
On the last day he scored a double.
Oh, did he?
Beat Euro.
And did Euro win it a year before that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Might have been like an Antelmi or something.
Oh, right, okay. Because Antelmi's had a bit of a disjointed season, he's been injured and he hadn't played a few games there obviously. Okay, cool. And then, before we get to the NPL stuff, last night War Attack Up, Rockdale played Spirit. Pumped. El Pompeo.
What happened there?
Mate, the worst recipe for a result for us was Rockdale was absolutely flying.
Yeah.
Literally kick off, they were flying for 15 minutes and we shat the bed early doors.
Yeah.
So it was almost shooting in for 50 minutes. If you watch the first 50 minutes of the game, honestly it could have been 6-0. We couldn't get out an 18, we couldn't get a half, we couldn't get an 18-yard box. So every time we had the ball, we just kicked it straight back to them. Even when we went under pressure, and then when we were under pressure, obviously it made it even more difficult. Yeah. We made a few saves, hit the bar, ball off the line, goal disallowed. And then we actually had a chance on about the 16th minute to almost score, the biggest snatch grab ever. And then Euro scored. It sort of game settled a wee bit, but we weren't in the game. And then they scored 2 before half time. And then second half was a bit of a non-event. They brought in some 20s players, we had some 20s players on the bench. Both gaffers said like, people are just going to get injured if they go. Rockdale deserved to win, pretty much that straightforward. Bay got herself in the score sheet as well, mate.
Yeah.
Aye, decent. Nice to see you get a shot on target. Good.
2 shots on target.
Oh, did you? Ah, yeah, that's
Chris put off a good save.
Was that not a cross?
No. I reckon he saw my eyes late.
Oh,
he put off a great save.
Like was it? Oh, was it
one arm and he just.
I thought you tried to whack it across your face.
No. So I looked like I sort of looked without looking, but my eye saw a bit of the corner of the goal. And I thought, let's just leather one and see what happens. No. It could have gone for a cross. It could have gone for a shot, but like I had every intention to hit it.
That was in that little period where we were getting battered.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Like Rockdale deserved to win, as I said. You just looked really, really sharp, and we just had a very, very poor game. That's all you can really say. Sometimes you're just not at the races, and you play against a team who's top of the league and who's on fire with good quality players, you're going to get punished, man.
How about that Esperanza celebration?
It doesn't help when their left back's chirping to the top goal scorer and they're calling him washed. I think he learned something last night.
Aye, did he? Learned the hard way, unfortunately, mate. That's football. You take a bit of a gamble sometimes when you're vocal on the pitch, but it's paid off for him from a lot this season. He's been good for us, but last night he got a harsh lesson, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's football. And then last night also game was Olympic versus Apia. Apia, speaking of shit in the bed.
Red card, wasn't it?
Apia got a red card, Temba gets sent off. It looked like a red card, it was our last man. But they've really let themselves down, I think, at Apia. With 2 games in hand, losing to Central Coast, and then they've lost to they've drew with Olympic. Obviously 10 men changed it, but we'll go into the league table, but fucking hell, they have had a bit of an arse collapse, man. They had 2 games in hand to go, because in my head I thought, cannot wait for the Rockdale Apia game. Apia win their 2 games in hand, they'll both win their games. It'll be Rockdale versus Apia. Apia beat them, it'll be tight as, and now it's looking like a done deal, man, but we'll get on to that in a second. Right, okay, let's look at NPL 1. So, I think I'm going to start with Chaz has done these notes, but I'm going to start with the Central Coast Mariners Sydney Olympic game. Did any of you watch that? I know you've seen that. You said you've seen the goals. Did you see it?
I've seen the highlights, yeah.
Seen the highlights, yeah. Credit to Central Coast. They were dead and buried probably 3 weeks ago, and almost every person I spoke to said Central Coast are going down. They're on 12 points. I think they were 9 points off Sydney FC, maybe 6 points. But they beat us. They then beat Apia, and I think they beat Sydney Olympic. So there's 9 points, and now they're sitting pretty much level, and good chance of staying up. And I actually think in the form they're in, they're going to stay up.
I do too. Yeah, I do too. I think they're in untouched form at the moment. They are. What are they? You were telling me before they're 9 from 9.
9 points.
9 points. 3 wins. 3 wins.
3 big wins, but mate, they played Sydney Olympic. They played Marconi as well. Marconi beat them, I think, 1-0. But Sydney Olympic and Apia. But the Apia game was a big one because it got moved to Lambert Park. It was cancelled twice and it went to Lambert Park. So you thought, Apia need to win to stay in the league.
Yeah, of course. Like obviously being in the Rockdale change room, spewing about that move. This game's gone now to Lambert Park. Now the Mariners have to travel down on a Wednesday night. And then we finished training and it was 2-2. And we're like, what's going on here? And then 3-2, and we're like, oh, hang on a sec.
But Central, did you see the highlights of it?
It seemed like they had more chances too.
Some big chances, man. Yeah. And again, fair play to them. Like they've got a lot of young boys, but this is a business end of the season. This is when you need to pick up points. This is when the big results come in.
But also, don't forget, like these boys train every day too. So if they're in this form, they're just going to pick this up and keep going. Yeah. I think that might be hard to beat back end of the season.
Well, that game, the game of the weekend was Central Coast Olympic. Because Olympic, it's a big game for them as well because they had just got a last minute goal against Wolves last week to give them a chance of getting in the top 6. Getting in that game, they probably needed to win to then push further forward into the top 6 and give themselves a right good chance, and the event slipped up to, at the time, bottom of the league. So again, looking at those highlights, Central Coast had so many chances. It could have been, but then Olympic missed a sitter in the 96th minute. I don't know if you've seen you've just seen the goals. But Olympic missed a big chance in the last minute. But overall, Central Coast looked like they deserved the win, and look, fair play to them. They're going to make it they've flipped the relegation battle upside down because it looked like they were down and it was all about who's going to be in the playoff.
It's very tight now at the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, very tight.
I don't know how it's going to go because you look at all the fixtures, everyone's sort of playing each other. So we play Hills this weekend. I think Sydney FC have still got to play Manly, I think pretty much in that bottom 4, everybody's playing every day.
And we play all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because they're all on the same points, aren't they?
8 points, 21. And then
there's 3 on 21.
And St George 23, I think it was.
Yeah, 23, and we're on 26. I think Manly's on 29. I don't think Manly's out of it yet either because...
Well, only 6 games to go, so 18 points up for grabs.
Yeah.
You can't play yourself clear, can you?
Look at Central Coast, they won 3 games on the bounce, but no one expected them to get 9 points out of that.
No.
And they're right back out of it. So if Manly lose 3 in a row, they're going to be right in the shitter. It's going to be tight, man. It's going to be a massive game for us as well. And we can just go on to our game. We played St George Saints and 1-2-0. To be fair, at the time we were pretty poor first half, and I thought it was a tight game. But I watched the highlights back, and we had shit on our chances. St George's problem for me is that they don't have so much score goals. They really struggle to create chances. So I think they could maybe struggle in the last 6 games because they're starting to see everybody, like you boys for instance, hypothetically, say you wrap the league up, hypothetically, there's going to be teams at the bottom you're playing against, like you said, who are going to be fighting for their life. you might be potentially managing your squad a wee bit.
It's not in our DNA.
Your DNA, calm down.
No. There's no way anyone at Rockdale wants to lose a game.
No, I don't say you lose a game.
No, but even like personnel swap.
If you're in the Shrewa Cup, for instance, coming up,
yeah.
and it's well, you're 1-0 up with 30 minutes to go, you might make a sub you wouldn't normally make. I mean, you want to manage your squad a little bit differently if you've already won the league and you've got bigger games to chase. Or at a cup final as well. So it's something obviously you would consider.
Okay,
but these teams are fighting for their lives, and I do think the end of the season is going to be very interesting. I was more interested initially, and I thought the top of the league would be interesting. The bottom of the league would be almost a foregone conclusion, and now it's completely upside down. So for us, big win for us against St George Saints. We deserved the win. I think St George, a good side. They've got some cracking players. They actually play some really good football at times, but I just think they're really struggling to find the third.
The first goal was a good finish for you. The one you guys scored.
Corey Cavan. It's a signal for us. Corey Cavan was basically the replacement for Kota Udakura, who's the NPL 2 player of the year, then NPL 1. He was in the team of the year last year. Brilliant Japanese player who left, and Corey was the replacement for him. Corey broke his metatarsal unopposed at the start of the season. That messed him up a wee bit. His first week back at training, I don't know if it was like a knock-on effect. His hammy started acting up, and then he came back, and within like 3 sessions, his quad started acting up, and then so he's just had like the most disjointed season ever. So he's hardly played a game for us all season.
He didn't listen to that football guy.
I know, mate. I know. Mate.
What's going on?
Well, mate, he's got a bit of banter in the changing room. He's just one of those guys who seems to get injured at the smallest possible things. He's always had freak injuries, like sciatica done him last year. It's always like really random things. But he's a crank player, so he came off the bench for the first game in ages at half time. It was 0-0. He goes on, scores 2, sets up 1, and it was a massive difference maker. Yeah. We missed him massively last night as well because he's very calm on the ball. When you're under pressure, like you was against last night, where you're pressing is at full speed, he takes the ball under pressure, he finds a pass, connects the game, slows it down. So disappointing to lose him, and he probably won't have much left for the rest of the season. So disappointing for us, and he won't be available against Hills. But moving forward to Sharks and talk about Hills. Sharks had a huge game against Hills, and if you watched again, did you watch the highlights of that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yep. Bit of a pumping one-sided, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. There was a good goal. I don't know if you saw it.
Did you hear the commentator?
Yeah.
Did you hear the commentator? Oh, it's over the bar!
Just over.
Oh, it's actually 1-0.
To be fair, it looked like it was going over the bar. It just dipped in the last second.
Imagine you got a goal for every time it went over the bar. You took goals from her. Oh, shit. Yeah, big one. I've been saying since the start of the season, I genuinely think Sharks are a good side. I think every game I watch them, they create a lot of chances. They just don't seem to get the victories. I even watched them against Apia.
They blew that.
I know, massively, but they still had a chance, even 2-2. Stamatelis has a big, massive header.
How about they've done this without Stamatelis? Just shows he's overrated. But you know, obviously he was 5 yellows suspended. We had a coffee during the week. He was telling me he's not playing, and I thought they're in trouble. When they come away with a 2-0 win away,
he's a crank player.
It's pretty impressive. Yeah, well, I thought he makes everything tick for them. And they've done it without him. So,
but a big point I saw, it puts Hills in a bit of trouble. But again, it's look, it is anybody's. I think Chaz has noted down here that Hills have got the worst run results at the bottom 4 with 1 win and 4 defeats in the last 5. So we'll see what happens. Like, it's unpredictable, but that's pretty much the bottom of the league teams. And then we look at Sydney FC as well. They also played. Where was the Sydney FC game?
Blacktown Friday, because we had to train at a different.
Blacktown City game. Did you see that?
Yes, actually I did.
Sydney FC didn't make it easy for Blacktown. And Blacktown, I've been a wee bit disappointed with Blacktown, because again, there's a point where Blacktown, yourselves, Apia and Marconi were doing well. Then Marconi dropped off, and Blacktown were still getting points, because when Blacktown play well, because they've got such a good forward line, they pump teams. But recently they've sort of been a bit disjointed, not as many good results as you thought they would have, and I think they're probably disappointed where they're going to finish up at the end of the season, because I think, look at maybe 4th.
We played them in the cup. They were really good, man.
Really sharp.
Really sharp.
Going forward, they've got their front line's a joke. Yeah. When they go forward, how many players for Blacktown are getting in the Rockdale's team? Start line up.
No, none. They're good players. They're good players.
Danny Choi, your team's playing.
No, not on the left wing.
No.
No, but they're good players, man. Like they've got real quality. Major, Shabao, and all those boys.
Aye.
But I think I spoke to Bez Adam Berry.
Yeah.
He's been injured for a while. I saw him in Brighton before that game on Friday because while I was having a coffee, we were training behind the field.
Yeah.
He said he's just going through some injuries. I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's out. Like that centre back Lockie Campbell's been out, and
Yeah.
Shabao was suspended and maybe out as well for a while. So I think they've just been unsettled.
Yeah.
I think that's all it is for them because they've got quality everywhere.
Yeah, they have good quality all over the pitch. Well, going forward for me,
Yeah, like their front 4 or 5 players with like O'Brien, Major, and all those boys, Gibbs, and that.
They signed Bandiera as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they signed Jacko, who's a good player too.
Yeah, he's a great player, man. Really good player.
So I think it's just a bit of just disjointment.
Well, I can't see it. They'll be in the playoffs. They'll be in the finals.
I actually think they'll pick it up. I actually think like they're only 3 points. I think I was looking. They're only 3 points behind Apia now.
Fucking Apia, man.
I think Blacktown are going to pick up some wins towards the back end of the season.
I can't honestly. Apia. I'd love to know what the Apia boys think of how their season's sort of wrapped up. I'm sure they'll be disappointed because again they've got a lot of quality as well. But I just can't believe how their season's sort of ended, considering it looked like a neck and neck thing against Wolves. Obviously drawing 1-1 as well. To be fair, the Wolves game, I thought they were the best team until by far the better team until Wolves equalised. Then Wolves equalised. And then Wolves had a good few right chances to end up winning the game. So, I mean, again at home, dropping points Apia. What do you think? Oh, you don't have finals this year. What do you think, Bay? In Sydney, obviously you're going to the league, right? And then you get to the finals. What's more important, finals or the league?
I mean, this goes both ways, doesn't it? Because you want to be the best team over 30 games. And I agree, that's how football should be. But finals brings that sort of entertainment thing. And I think, at the end of the day, as a spectator, you remember who wins the grand final.
To me, that blows my mind.
It's just growing up in the NPL and playing it. This is probably like my 10th year in it. I just know for a fact. I disagree with it, but I know for a fact the grand final is what people remember. And even in a change room sort of thing, like getting to win that grand final and experience it. So, as much as I believe the best team over 30 weeks is the best team, I think there's going to be a lot of people who call whoever wins the grand final champions.
I don't think that's just wrong.
It is 100% wrong.
So imagine being 5th or 6th and becoming the champions, you're not 40 points behind.
I mean, everyone's got their own opinion, and a lot of football heads will be like, yeah, on the day anyone can beat anyone. But it's just how it's going to be.
I'm not saying there shouldn't be accolades and celebrations for what, like, it's still a big achievement, that's part of football, you're in a final, that's great. But I think the champions, the best team, they should get, the team who comes top of a league should always get the biggest accolade, the best accolade, they're the champions. The final is almost a side piece to that. Yeah. It's a big side piece, like, it's a great achievement and you want to win that, and it should be a big entertainment thing for big fans and all the rest of it. But you can't win the league and then get knocked out in the first round of Champions and see it's a disastrous season and get forgotten.
I think it's more so in Australia because it's the setup of the AFL and the rugby league, where the champions are the guys who win the grand final. The game that sells 80,000 tickets in both.
Similar to NPL. Was it a big crowd last night?
They're going to play it at?
Wow, you usually have a good crowd at Alan. There was hardly anyone there last night.
We played Spirit.
It was because I state of
Origin. It's tough. Wednesday night Rockdale or Wednesday night Origin decider.
Aye, that's right.
But I think that is why so much in this country it gets overshadowed. It's because the champions in the AFL and in the NRL are whoever wins the grand final. And it's just unfortunate.
It doesn't make sense, but...
Initially, I was against finals. I thought finals were a lot of shite, but then when they took it away last year, and you came to like the round 23, 24, I thought it's a bit crap. No one's getting. You're feeling this year in NPL 2 and NPL 3. I thought, okay, I understand having something else to play for, but I don't think they should be the main champions. The champions of every competition in football in the world. If you win the league, you are the best team.
That's
you
right.
deserve a big trophy. In 30 games. It's a lot of football, man.
I think half the issue is being called minor premiers.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, just call us champions and call it grand final. Someone else has got it called.
I don't know what you call it, but I don't know. That's my opinion. As a debate, people always discuss. If you've been in the football in Australia for a while, you're used to grand finals. Okay, Marconi, another one. They've been doing really well recently. Marconi. A couple of red cards. Kerem Alessi gets sent off again. I'm not sure how many red cards he's had, but I'm sure he's had a couple. Did you boys see any opinions on that game? No? Brilliant.
I saw the red, he stomped on him. right?
I think.
It was, I don't know.
Or you reckon he was walking over?
It's definitely a red card, but because he's got his studs on his chest. But I don't know if he was walking over or he actually meant it. You know,
but another red card, and you meant it?
I reckon he meant it.
Yeah, he meant it. Eh?
Well, he was right next to the line though, so.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It looks like he just planted right on his right on his chest. So he's sort of like, if you don't mean
it was the last minute, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you don't mean it, you're sort of going to nick him, or maybe just miss, or like forward.
The thing is, it went out for a goal kick, not even a corner. Yeah. So like, why would you do that?
I think like when you're down 2-1, the other team goes into the corner.
Well, they only had 10 men, didn't they?
Man, and that's how we had a scrap with Haikoa in the end. Like, we were 2-1 up, and it was in the corner, and they've come in flying to like just hit the player holding it up, sort of thing.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
so it just happens. I don't know. I think he meant it. I think he meant it. You guys can have your own opinions.
No, something it's just hard to see with the camera angle. It's hard to say for certain, and obviously, if on the name of the game, the way the game was going, it was 2-1, last minute, St George obviously won the ball back. Potentially frustration, it could have happened, I don't know. But it was a red card anyway. St George down 2-1, they've had a bit again, not a great run of form recently, they're still fighting for that playoff space. And then looking at the, I suppose, Manly versus Wanderers. Manly, another great result, don't get me wrong, Wanderers have capitulated hugely, man. And I'd be surprised if they win too many more games. They're still in the mix for the playoffs, but disappointing. I was disappointed because the first 15 games they were superb to watch, scoring lots of goals, and then it just fell away for the reasons we all know. So, but again, fair play to Manly, good result for them, good win for them, because if they'd lost that game or didn't pick up points, they'd been in the shit as well in that relegation zone. And whilst they're not out of it, every point matters. So big win for them. Have you got a league on NPL win there, Bay, on your phone? I think obviously you boys are top with 9 points, and I think that'll bring us to the next question, mate. Is the league over?
There it is. No, it's not over. 6 games to go, there's still 18 points up for grabs. So it's not over, and us on top are just sort of trying to take it game by game and not get carried away with anything, because there's some quality teams still chasing us.
What, is this dribble?
No, that's flash score.
Flash score? This is not bad actually.
They're pretty good, they've got top goal scorers, and yeah.
This is
they've improved their game.
Oh, this is not bad. I don't mind this.
I like them too, because they didn't give Euro the goal on my goal.
Did you get it?
They gave it to me, yeah. But
did they? So what one counts? Then
I don't know who counts. The ref wrote me, but Euro said it crossed too. So.
He touched it.
This is quite good to be
fair. It looked like he touched it, but Euro.
No, so like what it was I headed it, and the keeper saved it like behind the line. And then he buried it, which you have to bury it.
Yeah.
But he celebrated it. He ran off. You see me like running over. I'm like, man, at least come celebrate with me. And just go
I was watching the highlights. I saw 2 groups celebrating.
Yeah. I'm like, man, at least come give me a hug. But whatever.
See how Nathaniel Blair? I think if Nathaniel Blair,
he was starting in some real red hot form, wasn't he? He was actually ahead of Euro.
I was just going to say that if he continued to play, he'd be probably his closer contender.
Close. I still think Euro gets him.
Oh, friends. No. Of course, I'm only winning you up, but I think he would have gave him a good run for his money.
Because you got to be performing really consistently to score. What's he on? 27 in 25 games. Like,
14 penalties, what? Unbelievable.
9.
And then technically, if that 27 does include his
goal. 28 would have included my one.
So is it your goal or his goal?
It's mine.
Aye, okay, fair dues. I'd love it if he lost it by 1 goal.
I would give it to him if it was close. I'd be like, take it.
Okay, and then bottom league, like the bottom league, Sutherland, Central Coast, Hills, Sydney FC all on 21 points, St George Saints on 23 points, Spirit on 27, and Manly on 29. So there's 8 points between 10th and 16th. Goal difference is obviously a big thing as well. I'm not going to start sitting here like the Rain Man trying to figure out all the goal difference, but that'll be an extra point effectively. And then top of the league, Rockdale on 59, with Marconi in second place on 50 points. So 9 points behind with 6 games to go. You've played Marconi twice, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got Apia. So I mean, a Marconi way. Marconi will have to win every single game to even give himself the possible chance, and you'll have to start every game for Marconi to have a chance to win. Okay, cool, brilliant. So NPL 2. So Ahmed, you're going to have to help Bay and I a little bit here because we know about it. We've got some notes on it, but Chaz is obviously across it a little bit better than we are. So let's talk about your game to start with. Northern Tigers versus yourself.
So We went up 1-0 that game.
Yep.
In complete control of the game, like 100% in control. A couple of errors at the back, maybe 30 minutes in, 1-1. Just a pass back, heavy touch on the goalkeeper, and the guy took it and scored. So 1-1, and then we came back out, still all right, controlling the game, and then just another mistake at the back, and 2-1, and then.
Is that the defender you said was shite?
Nah.
But you said your 10 was a bit heavier as well.
The 10, I said 10.
What?
The 10, the number 10 is
number 10, yeah.
You said he was a bit heavier on the weekend.
Yeah, he's heavy every day, but on the weekend especially, yeah. And in training. Yeah, and then 20 minutes to go, we've just copped 2 more, and then we scored one at the end, 4-2, and we were just out of the game. After, you could see how everyone's head started to drop after that. After it became 1-1, but we kind of kept it together for a bit, and then at 2-1.
How was Tigers? Because they've had Kai Denton's just came back recently. I don't know if do you know Kai Denton? Kai Denton was the NPL 2 top goal scorer last year.
Yeah, he was.
And he scored. I think he scored pretty much the same
26,
amount of goals.
I think. 26.
I think he was only a couple of goals behind Euro, or very similar. But he had a great season. Then he got injured, and he missed a lot of this season. But he scored a double again at the weekend. How was he?
He was good, man.
He's a good player.
They've got 2 boys at the top.
Yep.
And I think they play 5 at the back, and they just pump the ball. And they're very quick, and they can hold the ball up. So
They've been disappointing this year though, because at the start of the season, a few people were tipping them to get promoted. Tigers.
Yeah.
And I think
they started off very well. Yeah. They started off very well.
Dropped off. What about yourself? How'd you play?
I didn't play.
You didn't play?
I was carrying a hip injury.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, but now I played against Bonnyrigg when we played in midweek.
Was this for 5-0?
5-0, yeah. And then hopefully I'll be back this Saturday.
Did you score against Bonnyrigg?
No, I'll set up a goal, that's it.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Okay, cool. And then looking at the top of the league, we had Bulls, picked up a big one against Bonnyrigg, continuing good run of form. That was 2-1 win. Apparently a good goalkeeping performance from Franklin Jan, who Chaz has given me these notes. So that keeps Bulls at the top of the table. Chaz loves a goalkeeping note.
Chaz keeping
he loves the goalkeepers, man. And then Bulls now, so Bulls are now top of the league. And I believe they're on 58 yet, Mount Drew on 57. Mount Drew did win against Bankstown Berries. That was Bankstown Berries' fourth loss on the bounce, and Mount Drew obviously lost against Tigers, which was a disappointing result for them recently. But back to winning ways. Mount Drew have been top of the league the whole season, and it's now got 6 games to go, and if they're now second, look, it's going to be tight, but if Mount Drew don't go automatically up, they'll be very disappointed to go that long.
It'll be very hard for Bulls to drop points though.
Yeah, I know. This is what I mean by being top of the league, being champions, because it's so hard to win a league.
Yeah.
So hard to.
No, I agree.
Regardless if you're top, because you boys have been top for most of the season. Imagine you were top to the 29th game and you lose it, and you think, well, we've done everything right.
Yeah.
But you didn't, because it's so hard to actually win. The league is so difficult. So it'll be very interesting to see. Hakoah are probably out. I don't think Hakoah can win the league, but they could maybe put a wee bit of pressure on that second place, at least make it interesting to the last day. And then Hakoah did win, they beat Apia 4-0. Steve wouldn't be too happy with that result, but Hakoah have came back after a bit of a disappointing run of form, and now they're back to winning ways. Who in that league is impressing you this season, who you played against?
Honestly, Bulls. They've just been unbelievable.
What do you like about them? What do you like about them?
They moved the ball, we just couldn't press them, couldn't get close to them. We played them earlier in the season at their ground, and they beat us 6-0. Oh, smashed. But we couldn't get close to them. We were chasing shadows all game. And I think 15 minutes in, we were down 3-0. It was what a game. We couldn't get close to them. I'd say football-wise, we haven't played anyone as nowhere near as good as them.
They train full time, but as well, don't they?
Yeah, even when we played Mount Druitt, we drew 0-0, but we could have won that game. Oh, sorry, we drew 1-0, but we could have won that game. Or either side could have won that game. But you don't feel like they're as good as a footballing side as Bulls, which you can't.
Mount Druitt play their strengths, don't they?
Yeah.
They know they sign players for that specific way of playing, and it's very effective.
They get results, yeah.
Of course, that's the thing about football. There's no. Like, everyone wants to play the Pep Guardiola tiki-taka about football, but
yeah.
you win how you need to win. The players you've got in front of you, you do what you can. Mount Druitt have done that very well this season. Whether it'll be enough to go up or not, we'll see. But I'm looking forward to seeing. I can't wait for the playoffs. I'm looking forward to that more than anything. I'm looking forward to the playoffs more than the finals.
Who do you have in the playoffs?
For what, NPL 2? I reckon. I do agree. I think it's going to be hard for Bulls. I see Bulls just being a full-time team.
They're too good.
They're going to have a wee bit of fitness. Look, again, it's only 1 point in it. I think they need to play each other. I think they need to play each other.
They still need.
I think so. Have you got? Can you pull up NPL 2 fixtures then? I'm pretty sure Bulls have started playing Mount Druitt, and I think it's
actually yes. I think you're right.
I think it's the start of August. I think they mentioned it last week.
Right.
So that'll be a cracking game, and it could potentially be a cup final.
Yeah, it might come down to that.
That'll be a good game to watch. I think it's like the 4th of August or 2nd of August or something like that. I could be wrong. Anyway, looking at all teams in the NPL 2, SD Raiders put a halt to Spartans' good run of form with a 5-0 victory at home. SD Raiders were 4-0 up at half time.
17th of August.
17th of August.
At Mount Druitt.
Okay, so that's going to be like round 28 or something.
Second last game of the season. And then Bulls finish it with Haikoa, who I saw with 3rd.
Oh, do they? So Bulls' last 2 games are Mount Druitt and Haikoa?
Yeah, Mount Druitt Haikoa last 2 games of the season.
Oh,
they've been winning Bulls recently, but only just. Like they beat 2-1 against Bankstown.
And they got into Lions away this weekend.
So it'll be hard for them to pick up points.
Are you available this weekend? Are you available? Are you playing this weekend?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
That's okay. So I'm going to say Mount Druitt will come second. In playoffs, I'm not even going to predict who's in the second place at NPL 1. It's second bottom, fucking impossible, man. Who do you think will be second, top NPL 2?
I'd say Bulls win it, and then Mount Druitt will go second.
Who do you think? Same.
I like you said, that everyday training sort of factor, and I think they'll just get an edge, and they'll
too good, man. Too fit. Too good.
What are they first by 1 point?
1 point, 50-57. Mate, that's second last of the season at Mount Druitt. It's not an easy place to play.
No, but I know a lot of people in the NPL 2 have said this year that Bulls team are good. They're hard to play against.
Yeah.
Whereas that, like you just confirmed it, that people haven't said the same thing about Mount Druitt.
No. Mount Druitt were a lot easier to play. We were in the game up until we actually went up first. Then they scored like very late to win it. To equalise. So they would have dropped points as well. We were just better than them all night.
There's now a mental side of things for Mount Druitt to overcome too. Is like you said, leading the whole way, and to now be in second. It's like you also have to get over that and move on and get back up to the top. It's not always easy.
It's a sickener. That is. Yeah, it's a sickener. They've been there the whole year, but they could still do it. Still 6 games to go, and it's in their hands. You've got still that game to play. Yeah. As long as they keep it in their hands. It'll be interesting to go and watch that game. Looking at other parts of NPL 2, who else have we missed out in here? Tigers 4-2, Spartan, Readymere, they've got a point against Bankstown City, your old team. Yeah. You talk to any boys still from Readymere?
Yeah, I'm still close with everyone there.
Aye.
Yeah.
How's things there? Because they've had a bit of a poor season, eh?
They haven't had a great season, they changed coaches halfway through.
Standard.
Well, the new coach is pretty good, Abasad.
Yeah,
very, very good bloke. And he's getting the team going. He's doing what he can with what he can, So I think, at some stage they were in threat for relegation.
At 1 point
away. 1 point away or something. But they're coming across all right now.
Okay, cool. They got a point against Bankstown City. Bankstown City have been a wee bit disappointing this season, considering they had a wee bit of buzz about it at the start of the season, and a lot of people say they were playing good football, but they're pretty much out of the running for any sort of finish to the season. Again, if there was playoffs or finals or whatever it might be, finals, they may have been in the mix, but unfortunately not. And then Dunbar, bottom of NPL 2, Dunbar had a decent weekend for them because Dunbar beat Dully 3-1. Obviously second bottom versus third bottom.
Yeah.
But now that moves Dunbar to second bottom, Nepean's now rooted at the bottom, and Dulwich Hill are now right in the relegation battle with 16 points. So Dunbar's on 13, Nepean's on 12. Don't know if it'll be enough. Did Dunbar not play last night?
They lost 4-3
to Readymere. Sorry, did I? So it's Dunbar on 13, Dully 16, Nepean 12, going into the last 6 games of the season. Who do you think will go down?
I don't think Dunbar will go down.
No, I think they'll stay up.
I think they'll stay up.
Right. And then Nepean bottom?
Nepean, yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
We've still got to play him.
Who, Nepean?
Yeah, our game against him has got cancelled twice now because of the rain.
That's Stevie's.
Yeah.
His hose out again.
There must be points. So we've got to play them soon.
Okay, well that's NPL 2. NPL 3. Do you know much about NPL 3?
Not really much, no.
Okay, well we'll rattle through this because Chaz is usually not bad with NPL 3 stuff. I'm not the best, obviously know the teams and some of the players, but it's hard to keep an eye on it because the results are not as easily Sourced. Okay, so in the West, Hawks, Bay's grandpa's team. Was he playing?
Yeah, he's not anymore, but he's not president anymore. But I'm sure he still follows.
Terrible joke that then, unbelievable.
That's why they're down in the NPL 3.
Well, Bankstown United, big win for them. They won 3-1 against Stanmore, because Stanmore were sitting third, and Bankstown United picked up the win, keeping himself in the mix to get promoted. Central Coast United beat Camden 6-0. South Coast get battered off Mounties 5-0, which is a big result. South Coast Flames is quite a hard place to go to. But Mounties have got a few games in hand, and they'll be looking to try and get either the automatic playoff or at least the playoffs. Sydney Uni lost 2-1 to Parramatta. Fraser Park beat Ride Magic 4-1. Granville Rage beat Hawkesbury 3-1, and Hosford beat Prospect 3-1. So Bankstown United, obviously big win with him. Chaz has put it down as a 6-pointer, so that's put a 4-point gap between Stanmore and Bankstown United at the top of all, not the top. Newcastle Jets are still at the top, but Central Coast United, big win. As we said, 6-0 against Camden Tigers. Camden Tigers is a complete flip of the coin. Wow. How they're going to go, they beat teams comfortably sometimes they get pumped. Mounties, I do think, could make a late surge, especially with Todd Rossi going there, and they've got cash coming out their arse with some of the boys. Barisha scored first 2 goals for the club, which was another good signing for them. And pretty much that's it, NPL 3 up to date. And in terms of the league table there, you've got that on your phone, haven't you, Bay?
Yes, I do.
Just to confirm, Newcastle Jets are still top, I believe. Newcastle Jets play? Or did they buy? There's a buy.
The Jets they're on top by 9 points.
9 points. Is that done? Do you think it's done?
Then it's Bankstown United second, and Mounties are behind them with a game in hand on 45 to 47.
So
Mounties can go to 48 and second place.
And how many points would that put them behind Newcastle Jets? Sorry?
8.
So 8 points. Alright, okay, yeah, it's still be tough for Mounties, but I think they could grab that.
I know the Jets are too good as
well. But they played
22.
22. So how many? 24.
24 up there.
So there's still some gaming hands everywhere in this league.
Oh, is it right?
Some teams have played 21,
a lot of
played
lost
23.
A lot of abandoned games for the weather.
Yeah, those floats up stuff. Yeah, okay. So if technically these guys still have 8 games left.
It depends on who you're talking about.
Well, the top 2 teams.
What's Jets on?
So the Jets have played 22.
Yep. 56.
Bankstown United 22-47.
Oh, okay.
And Mounties 45 and 21 points. 21 games, sorry, yeah. So they've got 9 to play, the other 2 have 8 to play. So
and what about bottom of the league? Who's at the bottom of the league? City Uni still? Or Ride Magic?
Ageville Ride on 12.
They're the bottom, are they?
22 played, and Sydney Uni 14 points, 22 played. Camden.
What do you think should happen to the team that finishes bottom of NPL 3?
Well, they go down, no?
To where?
Where?
What it is, NPL 4?
NPL 4?
I don't know, man. Prospect.
What should happen to them, do you think?
Nothing.
I don't know.
What happens? Is this where it stops, right?
Just stops there, right?
What happens in England? How far does it go?
It goes, conference, nothing, just bottom of it goes into the conference and it's eventually just the shittest team.
League 1, League 2, and then I think that's it.
Eventually, well, because what happens in Scotland is League 2, then it goes into, it's got the Highland League and the Lowland League. So, and then you get, there still is a promotion relegation, but you're no longer in not the top flight, but the tiers of professional football, effectively. Yeah. Although some of it's still part-time, and then you go to the Lowland League or the Highland League, then you have to then try and win that again to then get promoted.
Right, so why not put them in a playoff with a park soccer team?
That'd be brilliant.
Who wants to win?
I would love to watch that game.
we played Phoenix in the cup.
That's
I know it was 9-1, but they could play. That's some players that could play.
Oh, hey, Mark Connery used 9-0, do I mean? It can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
One-off game, mate.
So, if there's a team that wants to put their hand up and sort of...
That would be amazing. Bottom of NPL 3 versus
like soccer team. Do they still do Champions of Champions?
At NPL, the association.
So the winner of that plays
That would be classic. Why don't they do that in NPL? It probably has been discussed in the past, maybe just logistics, but imagine like if you win the league.
It used to be a thing.
Oh, did it?
We play every NPL winner, yeah, over a weekend. It used to be a thing. It got scrapped a couple of years back.
That'd be class as well. I'm pretty sure it'd be a Melbourne.
You know what it was? I just think after the season, teams just
can't be asked.
Yeah, didn't take it seriously enough. It didn't get the sort of hype that it should have, and I think they just scrapped it.
Yeah, but if the park team wins, where would the NPL team go? Like
they just have to go home.
Local association. So it's Gladesville. They go to the Gladesville Association Park team.
That'd be brilliant, man. I would love that. And I think the playoffs, like a cup final of some form of the NPL winners would be class. Cause, I mean, more than likely it would probably be one of the Melbourne sides and one of the NPL New South Wales sides. Some of the Queensland sides are decent, but I don't know how you would do it logistically. It would be tough. Travel would be a factor.
Yeah, they did it. I can't remember. Someone hosted it every year, and then everyone goes down. But the thing is, like, for example, you book your holidays straight after the season, and most players, it's becomes.
No, I get it. Even
or you're leaving clubs, and you know you don't want to stick around.
Because you've got 30-game season, finals, Waratah Cup, Australia Cup. So you've got a run. Oh, what could happen to you boys this season? You could go into the Waratah Cup final. You're in the Waratah Cup final. You could win the Australia Cup game. That will take us into September pretty much. And then imagine, right boys, you're off to Queensland to now play this cup final against Bentley Greens or something like that. For fuck's sake.
And then we kick off pre-season in November.
You need a break. You do need a break. It's a long, long year. And that's pretty much the NPL done. So interesting last 6 games. Like 6 games it'll be. At least I think. NPL 2 top, bottom, and NPL 1 bottom. I know you don't want to say it, mate, but I'll be amazed if you boys don't win the league. Amazed. It'll be interesting to see who gets playoffs in the last 3 years. It's the top 6. It is definitely top 6, isn't it?
It's top 6.
Aye, 100%. Aye. So that'll be interesting to see who gets that. But
I think they're compressing the finals in the space of 2 weeks.
Right. So
I think it's going to be like a Wednesday weekend.
So how does the finals work?
I have no idea how it works. I thought I knew.
You said you know exactly how it works.
No. Because I was sort of, me and Euro were trying to go over it. I assumed 1 and 2 played off, and then the winner goes to the final. The loser plays the winner of the other games that happen throughout the week.
Right.
But I think I'm wrong. So I'll leave it to someone. I know you're gonna get someone from.
Somebody will take that.
Yeah, get someone from.
Usually someone messages me saying what you said was wrong. This is a good thing. Well.
But I did hear. I'm not sure that it's actually confirmed either, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be over 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. Well, it probably would make sense because I think the calendar's already quite congested.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to. Third will play 6th, 4th, 3, 5th. And then the 2 winner, that's only 3 teams left.
But that's how I had it. So I had 1 and 2 in a playoff.
Yeah.
And then on the Wednesday, 3rd, 6th, 4th, 5th.
Yeah.
The winners play each other. They then play the loser of the other game for the spot in the final. Yeah. That's how I had it, but I think I'm wrong, apparently.
That's how you've done it in the past, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know how it'll be. We'll have to wait for an announcement. It's Football New South Wales and FFA, Football New South Wales, so we might not even get an announcement. Yeah. We might just find out.
Who's your, both of your prediction to go down?
When NPL 1?
NPL 1.
It's a good shout, to be fair, because it's definitely changed.
I think Hills, mate.
I need to be careful what I say. We play Hills this weekend.
I'll say playing them. I think Hills too. I think they lacked the most energy out of the bottom teams that I've seen so far. But they got a good result not long ago, did they? They beat someone 2-0.
I can't remember. I mean, there's a lot of games. I don't know.
St. George?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But I think, I would say, I think the A-League teams will stay up. Oh, okay, I'll say they won't be automatically relegated. I don't think they'll become bottom of the league. I think the 2 A-League teams will have enough to stay with that. At this point in time, my mind can change after this weekend results. Yeah. So at this point in time, Hills look like a team they're in the poorest run of form. It's their first year in the league. I think they could go down, and I think as I've heard there's a bit of rumblings within the camp as well. So I think they could go down, and then the second bottom place, I'm going to go playoffs. Who's there? St George Saints, Central Coast City. I'm going to say St George Saints. It's a bit of a span in the works there, but I just think
I don't hate it. They're only 2 points ahead of the pack, so.
I just think it's the A-League teams are playing against, and I just feel like they're getting results.
Like you said, if you're saying they don't have that goal scorer, I think that's something that's going to identify the bottom teams and get you through it, is who can put their chances away. So. And
there's a lot of chance. You do get big chances in these games. Every team, no matter if bottom league's playing the top league, there's always a chance. Yeah. There's always a big chance. Yeah. And that's the difference. That's why the Euros, the Antelmis, the Donovans, those boys get so much praise because they score those chances. And that's where they get all the highlights, because that's fucking wins you games, man. All the Ahmad Talebs, you know what I mean?
It's like when he's sitting there.
So top goal scorers, as we run through, as always. Euros there is 28 for Chaz. So Chaz has given it.
Mate, what a shot.
Chaz will go to dribble, I think.
Yeah, well.
Did you not say that Chaz, you've got a bone to pick with Chaz?
Yeah, I do have a bone to pick with Chaz because I guarantee you ask him today, he tells you Apia win the leagues. Every prediction, you got Rockdale, Sydney United. Sydney United, mate. Away at Rockdale, I'll do it. It's just, There's just little things over the course of these podcasts. Chaz just not favouring Rockdale.
I don't know. I don't know if he's getting anything against you, mate. I'm not sure.
I think he trialled for keeper once.
He's given to Euro in 28 here.
Yeah, fair
I'm assuming he's got it off dribble.
Yeah, I think it was a sort of like mix. Like Flashcore had it, me, somewhere else had it Euro. The commentator actually said Euro, right, but Euro corrected him after the game. And he was saying, oh, he felt bad.
Euro says, no, I scored 2, mate.
to be fair to Euro, like he said, like, oh no, the ref wrote me down. Right. Well, I don't know how far that goes in. Who writes the stats?
If the ref wrote it down, I probably doesn't go very far.
Yeah.
I forgot all about it.
Some of the boys were saying that like the NPL do that match of the round review, and the lino was starting to put the flag up and say goal before Euro had hit it in from one of the camera angles. So I don't know.
Just give it up, mate. Give it to him.
No, I need all I can get. He's going to finish on 35.
Well, what's his record?
This is his record season.
Is it? Wow. Did he score last year?
I think he scored like 26 or 27. Yeah, okay. This is his record year.
I think it's fair play.
And if we said he gets over 30, which he should, that's over a goal a game. That's outstanding.
That is outstanding. He's stayed available the whole season, which is massive as well. And again, it shows what you boys been top of the league. So, all the best to him, but. Not far behind is Mitch Cross. I think he's got a couple of games in hand as well. And I think he's played less games in Euro, which, I mean, doesn't matter. Goals are goals. But Mitch Cross is probably closest to him for the... I don't know if there is an award for the NPL top goal scorer now.
I like what it's good from Mitch Cross last week when he said how he put in that little voice message. It got a lot of laugh. It's not bad.
He's a good laugh, Mitch. He tried to get him on as well, but he's struggling with work commitments. But he said he's going to try and get on before the end of the season, which should be good if he becomes top goal scorer. But I do agree with what he says. Like, obviously Euro would score a lot more goals than NPL 3, but it's all relative. I mean, like Mitch Cross is playing. If Mitch Cross played the NPL 1, naturally he's not going to be one of the top strikers in NPL 1. So he's playing at a level that he performs well at. I mean, if you put Euro in the Premier League, he's not going to score as many goals. It's relative to speaking. So I mean, at any level, scoring goals is fucking hard. Scoring goals is hard. So credit to both players. And even Andre Martins, I've heard nothing. Have you played Andre Martins?
We played him. He scored against us, yeah.
Good player?
Good player, yeah.
Everyone I've spoken to says he's very good. I've never seen the guy or seen him play, but everyone's rates him highly. He's at Madrid. Apparently he's a
that helps with the end of the season run.
Yeah, they've not scored a lot of goals over Madrid. They don't score. They seem to like 1-0, 2-1, and he's bagging most of the goals.
They just get across the line and they win the game.
Aye. Well, okay, so massive thanks to BN Sports for supporting the podcast. They've been really good moving towards Champagne 5s as well. Red Bull the same. Red Bull, if we haven't mentioned it already, Red Bull have been doing a little bit with us, which has been really helpful. Good little partnership. And on that note, Champagne 5s, obviously if you follow us on Instagram, we announced Champagne 5s. So deadline for your expression of interest is the 31st of July. So you don't need to do anything at that point, you just need one player who says I can get a team of 9 players and put the name down, and that'll be your point of contact. They'll effectively be your team captain. And then we'll get in touch with you after the 31st of July and we'll lock it in. Look, right now there's over 20 teams who have expressed interest. That doesn't mean you can't put a team in because, as you all know, people are flaky. People think they'll get a team and they can't get a team. So put your name in, but after the 31st of July we're not going to accept any more expressions of interest. We're keeping a few things under wraps. I mentioned a few things to the boys here off air, but there's a few good things happening. As an absolute minimum, the tournament will be well organised. There'll be 3 groups of 6. Top 2 from each group will qualify for the finals, and then the best third place from 2 will make it a quarter final. It'll probably be around probably 10 o'clock in the morning start, but 3 or 4 o'clock finish. There'll be music, food, cash prize. There'll be other prizes as well, which we won't announce until they're 100% confirmed. There will be kits for all the players. If you register, you'll get a kit, and there'll be some little cool things happening there as well, which we'll announce when it's confirmed. And it looks like there'll be an after party as well, which looks like it'll be hosted by Red Bull. So there'll be lots of good stuff happening. So if you're an entrant, you'll have a cracking day out, and you do need to get yourself in before the 31st of July. We've had a lot of people messages who've got businesses in the NPL community. So just to clarify a few things. One, NPL obviously is an NPL event, so you can't be playing association football and playing. It's nothing against the standard. We just want to keep it NPL players. because we're trying to promote NPL football. We're trying to keep people all who've got the same mindset of trying to promote the game in NPL, so we can make sure it's got a bit more awareness. We have a good day out, everyone sort of knows each other, and when we get to next season, everyone can sort of have a bit of a laugh as well. We've had a good day out with the Champion Fives. Obviously, within this community of NPL, we've got a lot of people who've got businesses in NPL, a lot of players who've got businesses, there's people who have got a lot of livelihood within the NPL, so if you're in that sort of group, feel free to reach out to us and we'll see if there's something we can do to get you involved. We've already had 3 or 4 people reach out and we're having talks with them just now to see how we can make it work where we can promote their brand, but it has to be obviously of value to the players and a value to the event, and we'll do our best to make sure that everybody within NPL can thrive off it and we can just have a cracking day. Like, it's just about having a good day out and then obviously a bit of competition. And you got a team in? You've got a team in?
I'll get a team.
You've got a team in as well, haven't you? Aye, it'll be interesting to see who you boys have got. Spoke to Dakota Askew as well. He wants to put a team in. He was mentioning some names that were interesting. I think he said when Neymar, remember that Neymar Junior Fives thing? I think they did quite well on that. I think they went quite far on that. So it'll be interesting to see. It's like you said, there's some boys who play futsal and 5-a-sides who are like very good at 5-a-sides and futsal, and some boys who are just not 5-a-side players.
Yeah.
So do you fancy yourself to win it? No. Did you play that tournament where me, you, Perry, Mustakis? No, it was Peter. So it was Perry, me, Peter McCrillos, and it was.
Do you have my brother maybe?
I can't remember who we had. We had basically everyone in the team was apart from probably me, had played professional, and we thought we would absolutely smash this. Oh mate, we get fucking battered, man. We played against a group of Irish lads, all association players, but they played 5s every week with each other, and they were ridiculous at 5-a-sides. Yeah. We couldn't get near them. It'd be like 6-0 and then 4-1.
It's a different game, mate.
Oh mate, completely different game. So we get battered. So I'm interested to see who registers, but we've got some names I'm not too sure who the boys are, but they're NPL. You need to be involved in NPL football. So as I said, coaches are welcome. We've had a couple of coaches asking if we can put teams in. Some coaches are obviously young and still fit and can play. I'm happy for coaches, assistant coaches, as long as you're part of a club in NPL. I'm more than happy to have them as an entrant. No ringers when you're getting fucked out. You're not getting no ringers, no stitch ups. Anything you lads think should be good for our Champion Fives? You think should be a good addition?
No, I'm excited. I reckon it's unbelievable.
Well, hopefully it goes to plan. It's going to be at kick-off at Fraser Park. That venue's been booked in 2nd of November, before pre-season starts for 99.9% of clubs. So make sure you're registered. The link is on the Instagram page. Just go to the link and you'll see the Champion Fives expression of interest. It will take you about 15 seconds to put your name and your email in, and then you're in and we'll get in contact. Right, cool. Ahmad Taleb. Right mate, how old are you just now?
I'm turning 23 next month.
23, because we mentioned you, if you see me talking about you with Westie, so when I was at Dunbar, you were only 16 eh?
I was 15, yeah.
15 and you played your, what was your debut? Was it you 15 or 16?
15, I made my debut against Rotherham, yeah.
You scored?
I scored, yeah.
Came off the bench, didn't you?
I came off the bench and Tori Bamba squared it across and I scored, yeah.
Tapped in it. It was Elrich played that game, didn't he?
Yes. He scored a free kick there. I think it was amazing, yeah.
So that was your first club, so you came, did you come right through Dunbar?
No, so we actually moved in 2013, we moved to Australia and I played park soccer for a year.
Yeah. Where are you from originally?
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Yeah, so I was born and raised there and then we moved here, played park soccer for a year.
Yep. Who with?
Cogra Warriors.
Yep.
Under 14s or something, and then I went for a trial at Dunbar, got in, and then from then it's just all started.
When you went to Dunbar, but you went to you're not playing under 20s quite early on?
So I signed in the under 15s, I played 15s that year, 18s, 20s and first grade.
But how old were you when you played 20s? 15?
Yeah, 15, yeah.
Aye, I was going to say, because I remember people going like, there's a 15 open or 20, you were scoring a lot of goals, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
And you came up and you done well, you did well for us, because the first year you didn't really play much for us, even after you scored that goal, you came up and trained with us, but you didn't play much, did you?
No.
It was the next season you played
the season after, yeah, when, that's when I started playing first grade, probably week in, week out, coming off the bench and that, but yeah, the first season I only played, I think that one game and then a game after, and that's it.
So, where did it all go wrong? So you're at Dunbar for quite a while, weren't you? So you obviously played first grade for Dunbar, and you stayed there for what? How long? 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
And then was that up until COVID?
Up until, oh no, actually a year before COVID, I went to Marconi.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
No, I played for Marconi. I played in the 20s and I played a game or two in first grade. But I went there halfway through the season, so in the first year, and then the second year, halfway through, got cut to COVID. Yeah, so it was a bit disappointing. But after that, whatever happened with COVID, then I went to Rotomi. Yeah.
Why did you leave Marconi?
It was just COVID, and I was in 20s. I needed a first grade contract.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I needed a first grade contract. Wasn't something that I could get there at the time, so just looking for first grade play time elsewhere. So Rotomi.
Was that with Gavin Ray?
No, so that was the year after Gavin Ray.
After Gavin Ray?
Yeah, so Ben Rollison was the coach.
Oh yeah, okay. He's at Blacktown Spartans now?
He's at Spartans now, yeah.
Okay. How was that?
The first year there was very good. We started off very well. Rotomi as a club is very, very good. So even Benny as a coach was a great coach. We started off very well. Then things started to go wrong, went a bit downhill. We didn't end up winning it that year, but at a personal level that year for me was very good. I won the Golden Boot in the league.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How did you score?
I think like 23, 24.
Yeah.
And all the way through, ended up staying at Rotomi that year, and then last year was my last year at Rotomi. Then I left, obviously, to go to Inter. But looking at it over 2 years, it was a really good time at Rotomi. It was just facilities there were unbelievable.
It's all been renovated, didn't it? All got upgraded.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like just as a setup was great, and then things started to go wrong here and there, and then obviously they couldn't hold on to a coach for long enough, and it's just too much change happening at a club.
We spoke to Tommy in that episode about the Rudimere situation. A bit unfortunate, but it's part-time football, semi-pro football, amateur football, whatever you want to call it. That happens, mate. A lot of people. There's been a lot of changes. What about you, Bay? What's the most goals you've scored in a season?
When I was at Sydney FC, I think I got high 20s.
Yeah.
I think Charles scored like 28 and I scored like 26.
Oh, that season absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
And is that the most you've scored in a season? That season you got Golden Boot?
In a first grade season, yeah.
Aye. What do you reckon? What's the most anyone scored in an NPL season? This must be close.
We were talking about this with Euro because I think our keeper coach Andrew was telling us that someone had scored roughly like 30 or something like that.
I was at Dunbar, I scored 47.
I can't remember, but it's hard to actually know because the records get a bit shaky the further back you go.
I know.
It's like who are they playing against?
I know.
So it's hard to actually know.
What was the cut-off? What do you call the cut-off is? Like, what's the year do you go, okay, you'll take this?
2010.
2010?
I just think the records get blurry after what's that? How long ago is that? 2010 is 14 years ago. I think there wasn't much promotion in the NPL. I don't know if you remember like the old school NPL days. They would just do they would just do like a 7-minute video of like match of the round.
Oh, is that one game?
I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't be able to find much of the games other than that. So I think there was obviously good players and stuff in the league, but I just don't think the records were clear.
2010, I mean, I feel like the season obviously depends on season length as well because it's changed that many times.
Yeah, it was 22 back then.
22, so I mean, if you're scoring 30 goals in a 22 game season.
But do you go back and count NSL and see what the records were then?
Oh, I'm just going to go into NPL because I always talk about even in the Premier League. They go like, who's the top Premier League goal scorer?
I'd imagine obviously being the 30-game season, Euro's on track now to break it.
He's on track, yeah. If he scores 30 plus, I'd be amazed if anyone's beat that.
Yeah, I think our keeper coach was saying there was someone in the low 30s, like 32, 33, back then that he was mentioning. I wasn't in all of the conversation to know, but I still think Euro beats that. I think he finishes on like 35.
That'd be funny if you get towards the end of the season and it's like, I know you're saying you want to win every game, but if you have 14 points clear in the league and you've got the Waratah Cup final at the weekend or something like that, a midweek game, you know, like I'm playing.
Yeah. I guarantee you, knowing him, like if there's a sniff of the goal record that it becomes clear after this or someone says it to him, he's going for it.
Of course he would. Everyone wants to score goals, man.
Yeah.
Right, so moving into who signed you? Who's the gaffer?
John's here.
How's it like John?
Great bloke.
He's a legend, isn't he?
He's unbelievable, yeah.
I love John Theo. I tried to get one this, but he's like, nah, I don't want me on this podcast. I'm like, no, I do, mate. I want you to put. He's a great guy.
He'll be good on this
top
season.
much. We'll take John.
You really?
Yeah.
You can English teacher as well?
Yeah, apparently.
He's a shite teacher. Unbelievable. He's John Theo's one of the nicest guys I've met in NPL football.
Hopefully he's a better teacher than he is at coaching.
Yeah, you're on the bench.
So he signed you?
Yeah, so him and George Parra.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so he brought me across, yeah.
How's that? How's John as a coach? Good?
Very good, yeah.
What do you like about him?
He makes you want to play for him. Like, he's just the way he talks, the way he treats you. He treats everyone the same. Just a great coach. Like, he's someone you want to go out on the field and, put in an effort for, put in a shift for, because he's just a top bloke.
There's a lot of coaching, John, by the way. I'm pretty sure he coaches under
Olympic. 16s or something at Olympic.
I went into Sutherland to play against up in Sutherland, and I'm like, is that John Theo on the pitch? And I'm like, oh fuck, he must have left in Alliance.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to Kirk, I'm like, has John Theo been sacked for Alliance? I don't think so, I don't know. And I'm like, John, what's happening? He's like, oh mate, I need to go, I need to go up to analyse a game. And I'm like, you're mental, mate. Fucking nutter. And he probably does the school team as well. I'm not sure if he does, but you'd be amazed if he does.
He's got too much time, man, too much coaching.
He's pretty high up of All Saints, the school he works at. He's pretty high up there in there too. Like, I don't know what he does anymore, but I think he's like head of the English department or head of school or something. I don't know, but I know that like from when I was there, he's come up in the ranks, so he wouldn't have an easy schedule. Nah, he'd be pretty full on.
It is amazing how much effort people put into football in it.
Yeah,
it's mental.
I think coaches as well don't get probably.
Nah, you see probably your coaching staff.
I mean, our coaching staff are unbelievable. They're on top of everything. They send us videos. They break down games straight away. Like, I actually got a message from one of our assistants last night. It was 10:30 or something like that. I was jumping in bed, and he apologised for me. He had accused me of missing my man on a corner, but I actually won the header and flicked it out. And he's like, I got it wrong. So he had already watched the game.
I didn't check.
So like, yeah, I think the behind the scene works of the coaches probably goes unnoticed.
It's like they're obsessed with it, the numbers.
Yeah. You got to be. You have to be. If you're not obsessed with me in NPL football, even like as a player, it sort of trickles down in divisions. Naturally, people in NPL 1, they're obsessive about obviously the game of football. Obsessive about maybe making sure they're ready to play the weekend. What obsession looks like for different people, but I'll be like, I'm not going out on Friday night. I've got a game tomorrow. There's a level of dedication there that an NPL 3 player like, oh, a few pints. Fuck it. I mean, and that's just the levels of the game. Coaching is the exact same, but I reckon even at NPL 3 level, because that's you try to climb the ranks. Whereas a lot of NPL 3 players are like, do you know what, I'm 32, I'm part time, I'm happy just where I am. Whereas a lot of NPL 3 coaches are just starting out, or maybe they bounced around a wee bit, like, do you know what, I want to get back up again, I want to climb the ladder. So they're putting everything into it, man, putting so much effort. Fuck, mate, the obsession is real, man. I can only talk for the coaches that I've worked with and spoke to and who I know. But the level of detail, you would think that is all they do. But they've got full-time jobs, they've got families, they've got kids. Fuck, man.
You could hear it on last week's episode when you got, what was the coach's name? Steve. You could hear it in the way he's speaking about Nepean, like bottom of the table in NPL 2, but he's so passionate and he wants to do so well there and he cares so much. Yeah. Like you can tell, like you have to love it as a coach. You need to, mate.
There's nothing better. No matter what level, it can be park football, it can be any. There is nothing better than waking up, I'll just say a Saturday and know it's football day. It is the fucking best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better as a coach or player?
Look, I'm 36, so this is my first year I've never played football. So I still miss playing football. But as soon as it comes to game day,
you get that same feeling?
Oh, mate, amazing. I love it. It's a changing room.
Yeah.
Being in the changing room is the best when everyone's together, everyone's getting ready, tunes are on, everyone's getting hyped for the game.
It's just the whole day, the whole
thing. You just arrived at the game. I love competition. I love the whole, like, during the game, the abuse you give to the other team, and then after the game's finished, well done, mate, what's happening? I love that. It's brilliant. It's like nothing against you for 90 minutes. I hate you. I want you to hate me, and we're going to go for this, and then you enjoy yourself after it and just be mates and have a beer or whatever it might be. But I think that as a coach, I think that like training nights are different because you're not just turning up and going, what do I do? As a player, you just turn up and go, stand at that cone, go over there, like they were, I can't like, but I'll just go through the motions tonight.
As a player, we don't really prepare for the session like the trainer. Whereas the coach, he's probably spent the whole morning trying to find out what he's going to do.
He's in the English class. He's got them watching the monitor and he's drawing up passing drill.
Back to the coach, we've got a guy there, his name's Scholes, we call him the stat man because he's just got everything you want there. So when we played Blackdown in the cup, he stresses a lot, so he spent the whole night before getting videos, putting everything together. He mentioned that corner they do, Blackdown, like that corner setup they do, about 50 times.
They scored.
So we go out, and they've had a couple of corners, but they haven't done it yet. So they took a quick corner. I don't know, someone was arguing with the ref or something. And then they've scored from it, and you just looked over the sideline, like everyone was going crazy.
You mean the poor
man, the effort you put into the mental, the analysis is. Have you seen the Y-Scout reports you get?
Yes, to an extent, but more so from my time in the A-League.
He was my man.
Mental. Oh, is he? The Y-Scout reports now, so say we play on a Saturday night. I'm not sure when the analyst gets it, but on Monday morning we'll get the analyst will send it into a group chat. Mate, it's about 64 pages long, right? You can see like 15-minute blocks, 8-minute blocks, whatever, when a team changes formation. So say Rockdale Spirit, we can see minute 0 to 7 they played a 4-4-2, minute 8 to 14 they switched to a 4-3-3, and it shows you every individual player, duels won, touches of the ball, parts of the pitch they used, what flank they go down. It's fucking mental, man. The level of detail, it's so much that you're going, I can't look at that. Yeah. There's too much stuff there.
So you know SofaScore?
Yeah.
They've sort of done that this year with the NPL where
I've seen that,
they're giving you your player ratings and like.
Wow.
I don't think they're getting it all right though. Like ground duels or possessions lost and stuff. I think those efforts are still a bit shaky. But it's pretty cool for the players to be able to access that.
Yeah, well, because someone
mentioned... Our change room loves it. Like Chalakian's getting all 8s and 9s.
I was just going to say that because someone messaged in saying, I think it was Dean put in, oh, Chalakian's got shares and SofaScore. I thought, SofaScore, like I know SofaScore, but I didn't know they'd done NPL, so I downloaded it, and it was pretty good as well, right? That was Flash Score. Yeah. So it was Flash Score, SofaScore, 24, and then dribble. Yeah, well, I think Dribble's going to have to up their game if we're going to match all those stats. So stats
I think it's really cool for the players to be able to see that. I think the next step would be getting the League 2 in there too, because sometimes I'm going on to look into line, see if Nico scored or whatnot, and you still can't see.
Nah, no, it's a pain in the arse.
It is a bit of a shame. It's like, how hard could it be to find out?
Okay, so any funny boys in your team? Any stories you can tell us about the inter-line boys?
Yeah, our training games, like we do whatever training we have, then we play a game at the end, like little shoot on site. But that's more intense than our games in the actual game.
It's aggressive?
Yeah, aggressive. We've got this centre, Alex. Me and him, every session, I can't go home unless he studs me. Every session.
What do you mean, just you stand and go get me?
Like mate, with just how intense it is and how competitive like we are, they take it way like so serious, the boys there.
Just don't do it on game day?
Yeah, tell that to John.
What about the team as a whole? Is it close to them?
Very good, yeah. They're very close to each other. What I realised, because obviously they've gone away a couple of times last year for the cup. So it's just everyone is tight. It really is like there's no troublemakers. It's just the tightest change room probably I've ever been in. Really.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. That's what you want to hear. What about Chaz? You played with Chaz. Chaz has wrote here. You thought you were going to score against Chaz. What happened? Any chance to get his name in? Unbelievable.
I know. Yeah, it's not all about you, mate. Yeah, he's all right. He's a good goalkeeper.
What would they say? You thought you were going to score against Chaz. What happened?
Look, I had a chance and he saved it.
Is that the story?
That's it, yeah.
That was terrible, Chaz.
I don't know what he's talking about. No. Oh, actually, on that, asking about the goal, we scored in the first round against him where the balls just bounced on top of him and went in. So our goalkeeper kicked the ball.
He scored?
Yeah, pretty much. So our goalkeeper, he's probably misjudged it, ran out, Chaz running out, and then bounced over him and went in. Our player just tapped it.
Well, he must have put it on a different page of notes.
Yeah.
He's not mentioned that one.
He wouldn't have mentioned that one.
All it says here is Chaz makes incredible save against Ahmed.
I suppose did that.
I wouldn't say incredible, but
he didn't write that page, okay, and then football plans for you. Obviously, you're still young, man. Super young.
Yeah.
Do you have aspirations to play NPL 1?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I want to try and push to the next level, just slowly. Just see how it goes. I'm pretty happy I am where I am right now, but I do want to take football to the next level. I'm still too young, I think.
Do you take your football serious?
I do, yeah, it's very serious.
Yep. Away from the pitch, you prepare yourself?
Yeah, I prepare very well for everything. The night before, during the week, on Sunday, I'm very switched on with that. I'll take that very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seem very serious as you're telling me that answer as well.
Yeah.
Have you done Gaz's 6-week program?
I signed up for it. Now I just get spammed emails that I then look at.
What about you, babe? You still look after yourself?
Yeah, I do a lot. Yeah. It's very more than people think, I reckon. I think that goes with a lot of the NPL 1 players. You know, like big personalities, a lot of work. But I think you still see that a lot of players still take it very seriously. Yeah. I think you can't not.
100%. If you want to do alright on a Saturday, 100%. 100%. You can't, because everybody else. My opinion is always nowadays, like NPL 3, NPL 2. NPL 3. I get it. A lot of lads are thinking about can't really be asked, but they want to keep playing football. Yeah. I get it. But there's still some players in NPL 3 who do. But I think in NPL 1, if you genuinely want to play well at the weekend, unless you're absolutely class, which not like no disrespect, no one's absolutely class, which they're like
not to be unfit and playing.
I mean, to get away with it, you can't really like come down unless you're like an ex-pro who's just retired at a top level and you can just sort of cruise. There's no one's at that level. You need to look after yourself because you get found out very quickly. Because the boys who maybe are a little bit less fit, the rest of it, will be all over you like a game day, and it'll cause mistakes. It'll force you to make mistakes, and you'll be dropped. And then before you know it, you start. That's when the shit happens. You go, oh, this is crap. And you're like, well, mate, you've not looked after yourself. Yeah. It's your own fault. It's now become in football just like that is a normal thing. You need to do it. Again, how far you go with it, and how obsessive you are with it, depends on your personality and what you want from football. But I think every football player needs to do it, man. Like for me, like if you're not playing, do a wee bit extra running, make sure you stay fit, because you could just come in a team out of nowhere, and if you're not fit, you're going to get back out of the team again. Going to the gym, eating well, sleeping well. Bevy's a big one. On the beers, a big one. That kills some players. Everyone loves a beer. I mean,
well, that what you just said, like, so I got suspended for 4 or 5 weeks. I didn't play 5 games. I missed. My voice was upset about the situation. No, yeah. Testing. I missed 5 games in a row, and then Cords came in and just killed it at left wing. And obviously my game time got minimised for a stretch of games, but then the unfortunate happened last week. Yeah, his injury, and I had to be fit. It's lucky that I was sort of doing extras on my own and taking it very seriously, and no alcohol, nothing, and I was making sure I was eating clean. I cut a lot of the crappy sugars in this period, and I just felt good. I listened to you about the extra carbs close to the game day and stuff, and I sort of came in Sydney United, and then against you guys yesterday, I was able to play with like a high energy level. Yeah, and I think if I hadn't done that, like I would have been found out straight away.
That's the same with Nico, isn't it? He looks after himself.
Does he not know? Huh? Does he not look after himself?
No, he doesn't. He's a good player, but he's a very good player. I think it's just over it now, though, isn't it?
Was he carried a bit?
No, he does.
He's not overweight. I think he's just like he's got a lot of work on, and you know he was building a house and moving into a house this year.
That's a shift, That's the other side of NPL, isn't it? Like the boys who you could be playing it NPL 1, 2 or 3 and you go, like I want to take it serious, but man, my job's stressful. I'm running a business, I've got kids, I'm moving house, this is happening. That's the stuff that people don't really know. To me, like you can say, oh, I want to train like a pro, I want to train like an elite player. You can't. I'm sorry, that's not how the body works. You can't train like an elite player. Elite players are going at 8, 9 in the morning, having some breakfast at the camp, knowing one little breakfast, training for 90 minutes, having a gym programme done for them, up the road by 1 and just chill. Whereas you boys are up, grafting all day, well, most of the boys are grafting all day, and then you're trying to also get to the gym, also eat right, prepare it all yourself, and then get to football training, and finish football training, and go home and try to sleep. Fucking hell, man, it's a shift, man.
I was speaking about this last night with Chuck. We came into our change room. Obviously, we were fortunate enough to be 4-0 up in the 60th in early showers, and we looked at the Apia Olympic game. And it hadn't started or something. It hadn't kicked off.
They're going to home at like midnight
because there was something in the game before got delayed and whatever. So we were saying, imagine you're an Apia Olympic player who's got to be up at 6 AM on the tools, and you're not going to finish till God knows what hour, and have you eaten your dinner after, and you know, like after a game you're so awake. Yeah. Like so it's a tough shift.
That is a shift, mate. And that's It's a long season, man.
You still sacrifice a lot though. Like even to the level that it is, you're actually sacrificing a lot.
And you're not guaranteed to play either. That's
right.
I think a lot of frustration comes to players like, I'm fucking putting so much into this. I know it's football. You're not good enough. You don't deserve to start. And there's a lot of politics and blah blah blah. But if you're putting a lot in it, like grafting, and maybe you've got a partner, and you're like, the missus is raging, fucking my game's been moved to Wednesday night, I'm getting home at 11:30 and I've got a young kid, like the kids crying and chaos and how'd you go on? I didn't play. She's raging, man. But just to sort of wrap up, I left this till last. Obviously the Rockdale Sydney United game, didn't touch on that, but big win for you boys, obviously. But do what I mentioned, Matthew Cordier, obviously really unfortunate. Leg break, I'm pretty sure everyone's seen it on NPL TV. Went through a couple of surgeries, I believe.
Yeah, so from what I know, that he's had 2 successful surgeries and he's in a sort of, I don't know if he's in a cast or when I went and saw him in the hospital, he had that a big bandage wrapped on his leg. I'm not sure if it's a cast. It might be. I think he's going to be in a boot.
Yeah, okay. We
were discussing, and it's like 6 months till he can sort of get that off and start running again. But I will say, it's a shocking injury. Like this, it was so hard to watch. But if there's one guy in the world who can overcome this and come back to a level of fitness and professionalism that you need to come back, it is this guy. Like he's the ultimate athlete. I'm pretty sure 3 days out off the boot, he'll be fitter than half our team.
Oh, really?
He's that type of guy. He's just non-stop.
Great mentality.
Great mentality. Great genes. Great physique.
Levi's.
I think he was onto better things than NPL. I think he was going to head to the A-League. In my opinion, he was, and someone would have been stupid not to pick him up. So, as unfortunate as it is, I think he'll be back. I think he'll be able to come back and come exactly where he left off.
Yep. Well, until then, mate, we champion football. Chaz and I send our best wishes, speedy recovery, mate. I'm sure you'll come back stronger. Always unfortunate to see any player get injured, but that one was a little bit different from most that you see every weekend. Always sad to see any player. Football gets put to the side a wee bit when you see ambulances on the pitch and sort of nasty leg breaks. So all the best, mate, speedy recovery, and hopefully we'll see you in the pitch soon. We'll just wrap up with the predictions. Just Chaz I sent you Chaz's.
Did you?
I think so. Maybe I didn't. I hope I did, because I can't use my phone anymore.
No.
Okay, well Chaz has sent his predictions in, so I can put them in. So Ahmed, do you want to run through this?
You know what, you might have. You did.
I did, aye. Okay, right, cool. So we'll go, you can just say Chaz's. Bay's already got himself a 7 points from the last time he was on. Okay, so Sutherland versus Sydney FC. Big game at the bottom of the league. What are you saying, Ahmed?
I think Sydney FC will win.
Okay, I'm gonna go a draw.
Chaz is going to draw.
Okay, Sydney United versus Apia. Ahmed.
I think Apia will win.
Apia? I'm going to go Apia as well.
Chaz is going to draw. Shock.
Central Coast Mariners versus Blacktown.
Blacktown.
I don't know about that one. I'm going to say Blacktown's a 1, Blacktown 1.
Yeah, he's gone Blacktown as well.
Okay, Olympic versus Rockdale. I'm going to go Rockdale.
Yeah, Rockdale.
I think. Bay says the league's over, so we'll go with that. Rockdale.
Chaz is going Rockdale too, I can't believe it.
Oh, has he? Has he? It's because of Apia in it anymore. He's shit the bed. Right, SD Raiders versus Dunbar. This is your expertise now, mate. NPL 2.
I think Raiders, as much as I want Dunbar too, but I think Raiders.
SD. Okay, I'm gonna go draw.
Chaz is going SD.
Okay, Nepean versus Dolly. Big game.
I think Nepean.
I'm gonna go Nepean as well. I fancy Steve to turn that hose
Steve
off.
was my coach at Marconi 20s.
Was he?
Yeah, top coach.
He's a great guy.
Unbelievable.
Brilliant guy.
Chaz is going to Nepean as well.
Hofties. Bonnerig versus Hakoa. Ahmed.
Hakoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Hakoa as well.
Yeah, Hakoa.
Alright.
You guys were at Hackler.
Inter Lions versus Bulls.
Inter Lions.
You're going to go into Lions, aren't you? I'm going to go Bulls.
Chaz is going Bulls.
Bankstown United versus Mounties, another big game, NPL 3, top second versus third, I believe.
I want to go Mounties.
Mounties. So am I think Todorowsky and Berisha. Goals galore. Chaz?
Mounties.
Mounties. And then Stanmore versus Granville.
Stanmore.
Stanmore.
Chaz as well.
That's so mad because Todorowsky's away for Granville. Central Coast United versus Parramatta.
I think Central Coast will win.
I'm going to draw. Chaz.
Central Coast.
And lastly, Zagreb versus Camden.
Zagreb.
Zagreb, I'm going Zagreb.
Same as Chaz.
Okay, last week Chaz got 7, I got 8 and Steve got 7. Come to the end of that. Thanks, Bay, for co-hosting me. Definitely the best Rockdale guest we've had this season. Ahmed, thanks for having me on board, mate. And remember, expressions of interest for Champion 5's deadline, 31st of July. Go to Instagram at Champion Football Show.